don't remember all the apartment buildings. Fisherman's Guild, Downtown District. Head on over to the IBC. Go see if Sal wants to talk. Sign is hung on the locked door. Please knock. Well, knock, sucker. Let's say what's up. Here we are. Let's head to the counter and ask about Chief Robert's request. Should be able to hear the details by speaking with Lan Fei. Well, look who it is. Mayor Croy and Maribel. Ooh. Are you working at the IBC today? That's right. I had a bit of bank business piling up I couldn't put off any longer. Thankfully, Belle was here for me to lean on. We knocked it out in no time. Hello there, everyone. Feels like ages since I've last seen you all. How have you been, Ellie? I've been well. The SSS resumed activities yesterday, in fact. Let me have a good look at you. Oh. Belle, please. You're in tip-top shape. So soft, so warm. Supple yet muscular to the touch. Oh, I could just eat you up. Enough, you're going to give everyone the wrong idea, Belle. By the way, Lloyd, you haven't tried anything uncouth with my dear sweet Ellie, have you? No, what do you think I am? Dangerous man, that's what. Don't think for a second that I'll be taking my eyes off you, Lloyd Banning. You know what'll happen if I catch wind of you sullying Ellie's innocence, don't you? You always know how to catch a lady's eyes, Lloyd. Or death glare in this case. Honestly, Belle. Come now, Belle. Is this any way to speak to your peers? Take it easy on the poor fellow. It's good to see you again, ladies and gentlemen of the Special Support Section. Above all, it gladdens me that Noelle and Wazy are fitting right in as your newest members. Allow me to take the opportunity to congratulate the SSS on officially returning to active duty. That's kind of you to say. You have my gratitude once again for the letter of recommendation. And thank you very much for the Orbital car as well. Getting the honor to sit behind her wheel is a dream come true. Glad to hear it. I do hope that it proves useful to your work. Moments like these make becoming the new mayor all worth it. It's rather stressful balancing the time between my mayoral duties and being CEO of the IBC. Well, you have no one to blame for that but yourself, Father. You have a horrible habit of accepting work when you're already drowning in it, leaving me the job of fishing you out. I'm sorry, Belle, but when Crossbell's welfare is on the line, I just can't bring myself to go any less than full speed. I don't deny I sometimes bite off more than I can chew, but I'd like to think that I have a tendency to go above and beyond. Grandfather has always admired that about you, Uncle. I've heard him speak often of how direly Crossbell needs young, forward-thinking politicians like yourself. That's high praise coming from someone as seasoned as Speaker McDowell. However, I'm still only a novice in the political arena. There's much for me to learn, especially from someone like him. Yes. Father, isn't it nearly time for your meeting at City Hall? Oh, I almost forgot. Please excuse us, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it is, duty calls. No problem. Sorry for stopping you like this when you're so busy. No, no, not at all. It was good catching up with all of you. If you ever run into trouble at work, don't forget my doors are always open to the SSS. For you, I promise I'll do everything in my power to help. We appreciate it. Please take care, you two. Oh, Ellie, you're always so sweet. Bye for now, members of the SSS. Till next time. What might this game be about? This game is about the adventures of Lloyd and the special support section as they police around the city of Crossbell. Best thing that happened to you today was an extra few hours of sleep. Man, I could have gotten an extra few hours of sleep today, but I woke up at exactly 7 o'clock and I was like, oh, the stream should have started right now. I had to go turn on my computer and get this stuff started. They seem to be as busy as ever. They must be putting all of their attention on the trade conference at the end of the month. At this point, I'd suspect that their schedules are planned out to the minute. Well, clearly orbital car donations aren't the extent of how far they're willing to go out of their way for us. Yeah, the SSS is in their debt. I just hope they're finding time for themselves, too. Anyway, let's not forget why we came here. Chief Roberts' request is waiting for us. Right, off to the reception desk. Think you're getting better at this best day thing? It's the little things, Like for me, yesterday, I had 10.5 hours of no electricity. So I was like, okay, what's the best way for me to spend my time? Oh, I know. I bought a replacement liquid. What do they call them? Oh, AIO, all in one. Aha. I bought a liquid AIO liquid cooler to replace my old one, because my old one was making some noises. At least I think it was making some noises. It's the only thing that made sense. And so I replaced that. And oh my goodness, was that way more complicated than I thought it would be, because I think my package had the wrong screws. Luckily, the previous AIO that I had, liquid AIO, AIO liquid cooler, something. The previous one that I had was the exact same model. So I used the screws from that one and they fit perfectly. If that didn't happen, then I'd be in some trouble. Also, the amount of thermal paste that they gave me was pretty disappointing. I have to throw it out there. Maybe it was the perfect amount after, tightening all the screws, but come on. Didn't feel like enough. Good day, Lanfei. Miss McDowell, Detective Bannings, it's been some time since your last visit. I see the SSS has resumed operations. Yes, and not a moment too soon. You can expect we'll be coming by the IBC more often again. I'll be looking forward to it. What brings you here today? We were requested by Chief Roberts of the Epstein Foundation. See, I can certainly help you there. But before that, there's something I'd like to give you on behalf of the IBC. Here you are. A bank card. Correct. They're held exclusively by our bank's most distinguished members. If you present it here at this counter, you'll be able to exchange Sepith for more Mira than the standard rate. Really? Why aren't they IBC? Interesting. Are you sure this is alright, letting us use that service, I mean? Naturally, you're good friends of the Croy family, after all. That you should have access to this small convenience is but a matter of course. Well, who are we to turn our noses up at their generosity? Be sure to make use of it. Of course, all you need to do is ask. I'll call Chief Roberts for you now. I don't think I'm going to remember, though, that this place gives me higher range rates. This is Geofront music. Hello there, SSS. Good to see you again, Chief Roberts. You're here about my request, right? This is a huge help. I really wanted to make sure I got you in particular for this job. Well, that sounded fun enough to pique our interest. Clean my glasses. The request said something about user acceptance testing for a new product. I believe it was called Palm Party. The name sounds familiar somehow. Hey, yeah, I feel like Tio's mentioned it once or twice. Well, you're going to get a kick out of it, believe you me. So, can you get started right away? I don't know what else to do. Yeah, we're good to go. Would you mind giving us more details on what exactly we'll be doing? I'd love to. The long and short of it is that we plan to release a fun little Orbital game called Pom Pom Party. It's a program that Orbital terminal owners can play with one another via the Orbital network. Orbital game. How is it any different from, say, a game like billiards or poker? Well, it's similar in that you compete for victory, and that there are rules to be followed. However, there's one major difference. This is a game played not on a physical surface, but on a terminal screen. Wow, technology is really making strides. So when you asked us to assist with testing, what you meant was playing a game. Exactly, I want you to play Test Palm Party. Errors often occur during the development cycle, so quality assurance is critical. If this is such an important step, why not have someone from the Foundation take care of it? Good question. Normally, we would be asking Tio for help with this, but that presents a certain problem. Actually, two problems to be specific. Problems major enough to lead me to seek help from outside the Foundation. And what would those be? Well, first off, Tio's had a habit of activating her Aeon system from time to time while testing the game. Consequently, whatever data we received from her would always end up skewed. Aeon system? Yeah. I believe it has something to do with the gear that Tio wears for work. I've heard her give a brief explanation before. If I remember right, it's what she uses while operating orbital terminals and staves. At least, I think, anyway. Glad they did staves there, not staffs. Alright? The proper plural is staves, not staffs. Alright, people? Take example from Trails to Azure, please. Suppose it's a good opportunity to explain things from the top. The Aeon system is the name of the program built into Tio's chest protector. Supports low latency arts activation from orbital staves, and even enhances her high-speed data processing abilities. And it also gives her cat ears. You can think of those two features as the Aeon system's primary functions, but it bears noting that mastering such a complicated system takes considerable aptitude. Right, I can imagine. I'd have to admit, it's hard to parse these kind of subjects without her here to elaborate. So what you're saying is the system of hers runs counter to testing procedures. Well, in a way. When Tio uses the Aeon system, she can perform chains that no average player could. She tends to wipe the floor with whoever she's playing. Yona is the usual victim. He's never won a single time. But I'm not saying Tio is cheating or anything. Please don't tell her I said that. Sure. So, that's one reason. What's the other? Why is this important? Good question. The other is it has to do with the fact that this game is what we call competitive multiplayer. Like I said before, it's designed for users to play with each other remotely across the orbital net. With that in mind, I feel it would be best to conduct a practical test with a smaller scope, such as within the city. I think I understand what you're getting at. Though I have to say, playing the same game with someone several districts away sounds incredible, doesn't it? Believe it or not, projects like this have been in the works since the early days of the Orbital Network project. Once the net becomes more widespread, even more people will be able to enjoy the game. For example, you could play with your friends on a rainy day like this without ever leaving your home. Games on the Orbital Network? What a time to be alive! Ah! I may have rambled a bit there, but I think that's the gist of it. Alright, time for a present from me to you. Is this a memory quartz? Sure is. That memory quartz has Palm Party's application stored, data stored on it. Put it in your terminal at the SSS building, and once installation is complete, you can play right away. Installation? That's when you configure program data to operate on a computer, correct? I've seen Tio perform installations before, so I think I can manage. Perfect. We'll let you handle that, Ellie. You're already ahead of the curve. Very encouraging. I should give you these, too. My Enigma number and Palm Party account ID. Account ID? Am I the only one who's starting to get a little overwhelmed? Basically, it's like a name you use on the Orbital Network. It's sort of required to play the game. You don't have to think about it too much beyond that. So no need to worry for now. Just put it into the program once you've installed the Plum Party beta. After that, call me on your Enigma and I'll tell you what to do next. That's all. Think you can handle it? I think so. We'll manage. You got all that, guys. Let's head back to the SSS building and get started. Lead the way. I'm not looking forward to Palm Party. Let's just say that I am no genius with the Palm Party. You know who is pretty good? If I remember correctly, Mr. JRPG is pretty good at Palm Party. If I remember correctly. For me? Too many things happening. Oh, you are speeding through now. You were not running the other day. Guess because it's raining, you gotta put more into it. Is this the Acacia Apartments? Look like Mr. Bond. This bear looks like a monstrosity. You're such a well-behaved girl, Mary. Here, have some pets as a reward. Oh, I read pets as in like actual pets. You know, like this cat is a pet. So I thought she was giving the cat pets. And things just got very confusing for me. Not really. You're better at Advantage Master? Look, I'm good at Advantage Master too, but you're better at Palm Party than I am good at Advantage. I think that says a lot about your Palm Party skills. And about my Vantage Master's skills. And my Palm Party skills. I was supposed to be going someplace with that, and it just didn't work out. Oh, we have visitors that just barged into our house. I remember you. Hello, we're with the Crossbell Police Special Support Section. You're Bond, correct? We met during the cult incident. Yes, of course. I'm in your debt for rescuing me from that terrible fortress. And wanting to express my gratitude to you all this time, you have my deepest thanks. And mine as well. Our family owes you a great deal for all you've done for us. Not at all. We were only doing our duty. I'm glad to see you're all in good health. If only because of you and your team, but I digress. Was there a particular reason you came to visit today? There is, actually. We're wondering why you relocated here. Since, you had this drug problem and now you can't really make use of the stock market as much as you want, so you had to sell your house because you couldn't afford it, and now you're living in more modest accommodations. I see. So you four are investigating dubious change of residence forms. I take it you'd like to hear the details of how I sold our home then. Yeah, sorry to pry, but we need to confirm that it was all above board. It's fine, I understand where you're coming from. The sad truth of the matter is that we had to sell our house to help repay our debt. The buyer turned out to be the same real estate agency we originally purchased from. Everything about the transaction was legitimate. So, as far as I know, nothing remotely illegal occurred at all. That's a relief to hear. I do have a question, however. You have no obligation to answer, and I'd understand if you'd rather not. But would you mind divulging how it is your family fell into debt? This is none of your business, Ellie. Well, as you may already suspect, it was a consequence of my actions this past spring. My memories from then are still a blur. I made some ill-advised investments while under the influence of those horrible blue pills. After the incident, our lives came crashing down and we fell into serious debt. Well, sorry. It's all right. Believe it or not, I feel blessed after everything that happened. Thankfully, I was able to cover most of the debt by selling all of our assets. Since I personally took on the losses, I was fortunate enough to keep my job. Most importantly, my wife and daughter stayed with me through it all. They still love their fool of a husband and father. Fear you promise to not say things like that again. We're a family, nothing will change that. We made a vow, remember? For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer. Oh, Creel. Cray-ill? You truly are the love of my life. I'm so grateful to have you and Sanita. Dear, please, not while I have company. Oh, you two really have something special together. They say home is where the heart is. As long as you're together, where you live, it doesn't really matter, does it? A bit of a grandiose way to put it, but yes, I suppose you're right. In any case, I've been working hard at making a fresh start and keeping my nose clean. And I'll be sure to pay off the rest of our debt, too, for my wife and daughter's sake. Oh, darling. You're a good man, Bond. Please let us know if you ever require our assistance again. That's right, we'll be here for you. I'm grateful that you would even go to such lengths for me. I'll be sure to call the SSS if we happen to need your help. So, was that all you needed? I'd be happy to answer any other questions you might have. No, that's okay. We got what we came here for. Thank you for your cooperation. Shall we get going, then? That would be for the best. We'll show ourselves out. It was nice seeing you, Bond. We'll be rooting for you and your lovely family. Much appreciated. I'll do what I can. As will we. And then the next day, Creel leaves Bond because she's tired of these humble livings and wants to go back to the high life. And she takes Sanita with her because that always seems to happen in media. The wife always takes the kids. Oh, hello. Were you speaking with mother and father? That's right, the 6 of us. Oh, I was like, there's only 4 of you, but yeah. 6 of us were having a nice chat together. You have wonderful parents, Sanita. I think so, too. They've been closer than ever now, especially after we moved. Couldn't ask for better parents. Isn't that right, Mary? Sounds like Mary agrees. Yeah, I'm happy for them. Anyway, that confirms the whereabouts of Bond and his family. Get back to investigating the rest of the addresses on our list. This says exit, which sort of implies to me that there's an entrance somewhere. Currently in a renovation. Renovation? Does that have something to do with whatever this Imperial Fishing Club is? Hold on. Looks like the door's unlocked. Swarmy little, and you call yourself a fisherman? What he said. Not gonna stand for you strong-arming us out like this. Did you hear that, Lloyd? I recognize those voices. Let's check it out. Excuse us? Oh. And who might you be? Wait. It's Lloydle. You came at just the right time. Go ahead and tell him, Lloyd. The Crossbell branch of the Fisherman's Guild is the place where all anglers are supposed to stand together as comrades, rod to rod. Not axle to axle? Back up. What's going on here? Well, you belong to the Fisherman's Guild, do you? Have you come to voice your petty grievances as well? Well, it's true that I'm a member, but Lloyd flashed his detective notebook to the man and explained that they were in the middle of an official investigation. They're investigating suspicious addresses. I suppose it's true that we submitted the residency form before registering as a business. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lord Lakelord III, otherwise known as the heir of Erebonia's Lakelord Company, the leading fishing equipment manufacturer in all of Zemeria. As for the Imperial Fishing Club, it is none other than the Professional Angling Association that I represent. Lakelord Company. Have you heard of it, Lloyd? Yeah, any fisherman worth its bait would be familiar with the Lakelord name. Like he said, it's the #1 fishing gear brand on the continent. You can't cast a rod anywhere without seeing their stuff. Wow, they're that prolific. But what business would an heir to the Imperial Company have in Crossbell? That business, of course, is to further expand the reach of my glorious Imperial Fishing Club. You're standing in our newest foothold. Here, it's all in the fine print, officers. Let me take a look at that. It's the rental agreement for this building. Everything here checks out. The current tenant is the Imperial Fishing Club. Now, do you understand? Can't let them get away with this, Lloyd. He's trying to usurp the Fisherman's Guild. Usurp? That's right. He snatched that lease away from the branch manager, Sir Dan, without even discussing it with him. This cockabully spared no mirror convincing the real estate company to transfer it over. We might have had been a tad forceful, but I assure you that we followed all legal processes. Furthermore, this establishment was being wasted on commoners such as yourselves. The Fisherman's Guild views angling as no more than a hobby or pastime. That's to say nothing of your shoddy equipment. Hey, don't forget I'm a member too. This discussion is over. We've made our case perfectly clear. Now, kindly leave so you can report back to this Sir Dan of yours. I'll leave the rest to you, Salem. Yes, sir. Don't run away, you coward! That's right, this isn't over. Something tells me he's not coming back. How did this even happen? We can't let them get away with it. Right, stealing our branch out from under us crosses every fishing line at once. Branch manager Sir Dan's going to want to hear about this too. He'll know what to do. Hey, Peter, what's going on? I'm still a little confused. Oh, that's right. You've been absent for a while, Lloyd. First things first, let's get out of this rain and talk somewhere else. I'll call the branch manager and have him meet us at Garante Jazz Bar in the back alley. We'll be sure to wait up for you, Lloyd. The two of us are gonna go on ahead. See you later. I can't believe they did this to us, man. You're crazy. Wonder what caused all this. I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to have to follow up if we want an answer. Let's head to the jazz bar. My little brother also goes to Thor's. Yeah. Have any cooking books around here? Was there something else that I needed to do? Downtown District, Lotus Heights. Oh, it's over here. Over here. Is this your card? Heights is the downtown district. This should be the place. Excuse me, is anyone home? No answer. Is it locked? Yeah, it's bolted tight. Maybe I'm just imagining things, but I feel like I can sense someone inside. Really? Ah, the old pretend you're not home and maybe they'll go away trick. What now? Is this the part where we barge in without a warrant? A warrant? Much as I hate indulging you, we may have to consider it if there's no other options. What was that? Sound of someone tipping their hand, which means your intuition was spot on. Give them one more chance. Excuse me, we know you're in there. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Someone's stubborn. You don't suppose they bailed out the window? It'd be a real problem if they did. Are you the ones making all that racket? What's going on here? Oh, sorry about that. We're with the Crossbell Police Special Support Section. We're here to speak with the tenant of this apartment. Do either of you know who lives here? Of course I do, but before that, how about you start telling us what's going on? Isn't that Gunther guys the guy we're supposed to talk to? Or Geithner? Yeah, that's totally the guy we're supposed to talk to. Sure thing. We waved our detective notebooks around and said, no, you answer our questions. Well, that's the way of it. You need the ID, or you need to ID the resident of this unit here. I think I may owe you all an apology in that case. Why? Well, to tell you the truth, that used to be my apartment not too long ago. Oh, so you're Geithner then. Yep, I'm the dummy who forgot to submit his change of residence notice. There should still be enough time to get one in, though. So consider the message received. I'll have it done by the end of the day. Thank you. That would be a great help. On that note, would you mind sharing with us why you chose to move? Of course. It was a bit of a twist of fate, actually. I was working as a trader before I screwed up and lost everything a year ago. That's how I wound up here. Recently, an old business associate of mine decided to lend me a hand after hearing about what had happened. They offered me a job in Calvard a couple of weeks ago, and I accepted on the spot. If that's the case, what are you still doing here? Just dropping by. I figured I'd thank everyone in the building who supported me when I needed it most. I don't know where I'd be if not for them. It was nothing special, my friend. Alright, thanks for being honest with us, Geithner. Geithner is such an evil name. Now, we just need to know more about the new resident. Right. Is there something specific we should know about them? Well, thing is, this particular tenant situation is a bit unusual. Let me have a try. Too close to the 2008 economic crash and is quite depressing? What, residency forms? Or the guy losing his job and then having to get another job in a totally different state? Interestingly enough, actually, while you're talking about that, I watched a movie recently. Oh, I don't remember what it was called. It was on Netflix. I'm gonna check. I know this. Well, actually, I just watched 6 seasons of Madam Secretary, so it's gonna take a while. But I watched a movie recently, where they basically depicted the firm that caused that crash happening, and it was a very interesting movie. You know what? We're taking a detour here. Viewing activity. Oh yeah, I also watched Lupin. Lupin. Great show. This is actually taking less time than I thought. In lawyer. Right? That one. Margin Call. That is what it was called. It was a very interesting movie. Hello, this is Tans. Anybody in there? I have to back in the game. If you are, mind opening up? These folks here are with the police. They're not here to hurt anybody. They just need to identify you. Open sesame. Do what you have to. Just try not to cause too much of a commotion. Of course. Thanks for your cooperation. Heard about the film? We'll watch it tomorrow then? Oh, I mean, alright. Don't go in with like crazy expectations. I'm not saying it's the best film in the world, but I found it very interesting because that whole crash thing went way over my head in 2008. I wasn't paying attention to any of that. So, it just kind of happened and then it went away. But I found the perspective of it very interesting because it was like they were having meetings of like causing it, and then they were having meetings of like, we should probably not do this. It was very interesting. I'll leave it at that. Watch it, don't watch it, fine. Stuff. Pardon us, sir. Are you here to mock me? Huh? I asked if you came to mock me. I'm sure you'd love nothing more than to stick it to the illustrious Diet member who fell off his perch and into the gutters. Wait, I know you. Must be the Representative Gable of the Imperial faction. Well, former representative anyway. You were lying low at St. Ursula after your corruption was exposed, as I recall. So you know my story. Well, you found your man. What are you going to do with me now? I'll have you know I'm completely broke, mirrorless. I wouldn't be able to afford this apartment if not for the mercy of an old acquaintance of mine. Is that why you're here? To use me for what few connections I have left? No, of course not. We're only here to verify who the current occupant of this room is. So just to confirm, Mr. Gable, that current occupant would be you, correct? Yes, you've got the right of it. That's all we need to know. As long as there isn't anything illicit going on here, you're fine. I do have one question, though. Why use such a ridiculous name on your change of residence form? Don't tell me you actually expected to fool anyone with a name like that. It was an instant red flag. And it was, unless we're dealing with the rise of a literal ghostwriter here. Right. Truth is, I've always been a big fan of Sean Arnham's. It was the only name I could come up with when I was staring at the form. Oh, so that's why. It's true that Sean Arnham's work is appropriate for all ages, I suppose. No shame in being young at heart. That's one way to spin it. Shut up, just leave me be already. You got what you came for, now get out of my house. Yes, please excuse us. I think it's time, Lloyd. Right, we'll be going now. Today's economy is crazy. $100 doesn't do what it used to. You know, this is totally true. Okay? I used to buy these. Okay? These are gallon jugs, right? Used to be 99 cents. Right? They also used to come with handles. And now they don't. Even they have a little thing over here of why this bottle doesn't have a handle. And they mention that the supply chain for our gallon handle is broken, which means that our supply is so unreliable that it has forced us to stop using them for the time being. Like that's crazy. The flavored fruit juice blend pouches that I used to drink used to have clear bottoms, and now they don't, and they're probably more expensive now. Like everything is just more expensive because the pandemic happened. It is still happening. I don't want to imply that the pandemic is not happening anymore because it's totally happening. There's too many people out there that are talking about how the pandemic is totally over, and I'm like, no, it's still there. But yeah, it's crazy. We're back on Monday with thoughts. Sounds like a plan. I'll be streaming on Saturday and Sunday as well. Throwing that out there, so you can report it back tomorrow too. I never expected to run into Representative Gable, of all people. All things considered, he may still be better off than some of the other former Diet members. Agreed, the ones who ended up getting arrested in the wake of the cult incident have it way worse. I'd say they got what they deserved, but good luck convincing them of that. The big takeaway here is that your past misdeeds will always come back to haunt you. That's just the way this world works. Still, I'm sure he can turn his luck around if he works hard and mends his old ways. Ah, yes. That's what they teach people in prison, too. Sure, you're in prison now, but once you get out, your time is served. And so you can, build up your life again. Except the reality is nobody wants to hire people. They get released from prison. So you can't get a job. And, it's so much harder to get an apartment and all this other junk. And, it's just like, you went to prison. Your time is served. But, life is now significantly harder for you. Sorry, bruh. I still have hope that Mr. Gable and all the other ex-representatives can be reformed and find peace. Hopefully, Ernest can do the same too one day. Our leader isn't just fearless, he's also oh so passionate. And on that note, why don't we go grab some drinks at Trinity? We could use a few after all that talking. No, I've been doing all the talking, dog. We're still on duty, I've been talking for everybody, in fact. Anyway, that takes care of everything we need to check out downtown. Let's head over to the next area of our investigation. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've done a Saturday stream, huh? Oh, I feel like I haven't saved in a while. I'm gonna use this opportunity to check. It would have to be a game that I don't think I've done a Saturday stream since Ephemeral Fantasia. I guess I could technically check. Looks like I might have done one for Phoenix Wright. Oh no, the 5th. I did one on Phoenix Wright for Sunday. Ephemeral Fantasia. 31st of January. Yep. So it's been a bit since I've done a weekend stream for sure. See if we can move this along as well. It doesn't feel right walking into a place this shady as a police officer. Completely agree. No matter how many times we come here, I never get used to it. Regardless, let's ask Ashley if she knows anything about the man we met. I feel like Ashley is not the name that they mentioned earlier. I don't think it was her name, though. See if I can get anything. I only have 6 U material. Ah, I need detection. Wow, detection is 2 slots, man. Come on. I need an EP charge 3 and a confuse. Oh, where I can buy those. Look what the cat dragged in. If it ain't the SSS. Ain't seen your mugs around here in a while. It's nice to see you again as well, Ashley. Now, what do we have here? I heard the rumors, but I didn't think they'd be true. What are you up to, Wazy Hemisphere? Oh, nothing much. You know me, just having a little bit of fun. If you'd like, we could talk about it over drinks at Trinity. Whatever, kid. Oh, what do you need? Just for the record, I've already cleaned my stock of everything Ravash left behind. Didn't even realize that was happening. Actually, there's something we think you can answer for us, Ashley. As an arms dealer, I mean. Yeah, and what would that be? Came to ask me what Sal and his buddies are up to? So you know about that too. But no, it's about a different matter entirely. A huge one-eyed man with red hair. You know anything? Suspect he's connected to the underworld one way or another. That description fits a few people I might know, but given what's going on in Crossbell right now, is it that bad? Well, I was just thinking about who it could be, worst case scenario. You kiddies wouldn't have a chance of matching him in a fight. No chance at all. So does that mean he really is a terrorist or a Jaeger? Who can say? If he's who I think he is, then that makes him a former client of mine. And if there's one thing I value, it's customer confidentiality. But he's a terrorist, we have a duty to act. Even Crossbell has laws that protect against the threat of terrorism. I'm gonna have to ask you again, what do you know? Lloyd? Not bad. Your guy's kid brother, yeah? You've got the same spark in your eyes. You knew my brother, Ashley. I'm sure you know that Deadly comes by here every now and then. But before him, there was another detective who was crazy enough to keep tabs on the downtown district. He was a heck of a man. Shame he ain't with us anymore. I still feel like Guy is alive. And maybe he's an enforcer. I don't think he's an Anguist, but maybe he's an enforcer. He's got to be alive. They talk about him too much. We still have guys like Broken Badge in our inventory. In honor of that mutton head, I'll throw you a bone just this once. My worst case scenario isn't that he's a terrorist, not by the letter of the law, but he is dangerous, like a man-eating tiger. Man-eating tiger? It's not the sort you'd find behind a circus cage, I'm guessing. Well, I can't say for sure whether it's really him. But the man you saw was alone, yeah? The guy I'm thinking of would usually be with his subordinates or a companion. Subordinates? Does sound more like a military organization. That's all you're getting from me. You'll have to figure the rest out, but for yourselves. Fine. Thanks for your help, Ashley. Still drizzling, huh? Mama, did you unpack the goods that came in yesterday? No need to rush in this weather. More importantly, Jingo, did you see anyone strange when you went out earlier? Strange? Crossbell's full of weirdos, Mama. Like that sister who brought a mountain of bread. Or bought a mountain of bread. Or that tourist guy with the sandals. And don't forget Wazy, he's the weirdest of the bunch. Well, alright. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Sure, he would have brought that daughter of his if he really came to Crossbell. No way. No way. So it is him? But it can't be him. So that was 9 Volley Exchange. It definitely leaves an impression on you. She totally dodged our question, though. True, but we have to understand that shops like 9 Volley have a code of honor to uphold. I'm grateful she told us as much as she did. Same here. She also described the man she was thinking of as a tiger. If he's not a terrorist, then there's a good chance he's a Jaeger. It makes sense, but I also wouldn't expect a Jaeger to be alone. Should we report this to the chief? Yeah, it's a good call. If only Randy were here. If anyone could help us out with pinning down a potential Jaeger, it's him. Anyway, we should go take care of any support requests we have left before returning to the SSS building. It can't be him. It just can't be him. Stop right there. Is it gonna be Homeboy Slice? Wald? It is Wald. That? Wald. Who's this guy? He's the leader of a gang here called the Saber Vipers. How's it going, Wald? Heard you haven't been hanging around your crew as much. Shut up. That's none of your darn business. And like you're one to talk, you bastard. Where'd you get off signing up to be put on the CPD's leash? The heck you trying to pull here? Not much of anything, really. The testaments are fine with it, and no one else is objecting, right? Don't screw with me. You said you could just bail. Who said you could just bail on? Okay. Who said you could just bail on out of here without settling things with bald whales? You really think that's gonna fly? Think again. Walt, slow down. It isn't like that at all. Stay out of this. I don't know what the heck you're after, getting into bed with the cops, Wazy. But you know just as well as I do. There ain't no way you're walking out of here alive. This isn't going well. Wald. Crazy? Fine, I'll handle this. You understand, don't you, Wald? Should be obvious by now. The Testaments, the Saber Vipers. They gave us places to be, but they aren't places to stay, not forever. What? I founded the Testaments to stop the Saber Vipers from taking the downtown district over for themselves. Looking back, those little Testaments of mine have grown a lot. Now, even without me there, they can hold their own and keep your guys in check. My job here is already done. You suck a fool. That's not all. One day, I know the other members will outgrow the gang as well. They'll leave this life behind and find their own paths. There's no doubt in my mind. Wazy. Oh, Wazy. Saber Vipers are no different. Sure, you guys are rough around the edges, but you have heart and spirit. A whole mafia wasn't able to sway you. You get it now, Wald. Even you. You're going to find your path one day, too. Bars. Laughter. Never thought I'd hear schmaltzy garbage like that spew out of your mouth. Quit flapping your lips already. You're the ones who kept on calling this place holy ground. I ain't about to let you get away with defiling it. Very well. Wazy, wait. Stand back, Lloyd. This is a beating I have to deliver myself. Like you still got some balls after all. I'm gonna curb stomp you straight into the ground. That'll wake you up if it doesn't kill you first. Enough talk. What the? Hold, this one's for real. That aura. Am I fighting? I am fighting. This is one of those situations where it's like, I should totally battle scope this guy because stuff and stuff with the stuff and stuff. Let's see, that would be a delay of 50. This is a delay of 42 with just a standard attack. That was okay. Damage was disappointing. Oh, get bodied. Did I just do 1,000 damage with an auto attack? Wow. My damage really was disappointing. Should have done a craft there to essentially guarantee that he dies, but no, get destroyed. You bastard. Don't tell me you've had that in your back pocket this whole darn time. I'm no Randy when it comes to playing things close to my chest, but I knew that was a cheap shot. Still, I didn't hold anything back this time. That's my final act of good faith to you. Darn you, Wazy. Goodbye, Walt. I've had fun these last 2 years. Got the crap, this ain't over yet. I will get my revenge on you. Get back here. Really think I'm gonna let you walk away from me? Think this rain's gonna stop me? Wazy, hemisphere, atmosphere, my pride. Yeah, exactly. Wazy. Wazy, are you okay? Sorry you guys had to see that. I think I got a little carried away back there. That's not usually my style. Sure, but no, never mind. It happens to the best of us. I don't understand why things have to be the way they are between you two. Having said that, I respect the way you handled yourself back there. Yeah, me too. I'm sure Wald would understand someday. I hope you're right. Sorry for taking up our time. Let's get back to the support requests. I need to save and mark. Okay. Next. You go to the back alley. We did the residential district. Fisherman's Gill is the only one left. This one, Moore's at the business. Okay, so we're there right now. Find the Business Owners Association. Spots here. Just a house. That is East Street, right? His home on East Street. Okay. Try this one first. This one's the most suspicious. Ah, looks like it is him. What brings you here? How can I help you with something? Hello, Chairman Moore's odd question, but is Mei Ling home by any chance? Could have sworn she just got back, but I suppose she must have already run off again. Sorry, Lloyd. You might have better luck asking Parla. Parla. Hello, Miss Parla. Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting visitors on a rainy day like this. Sorry about that. There's something we wanted to ask you. Do you recognize this? Showed Mei Ling's umbrella to Parla. I most certainly do. That belongs to our little Mei Ling, doesn't it? Are you here to return it? So come to think of it, I could have sworn she had an umbrella. She came home from the bakery. All about that. Explain that you stole our umbrella, sucker. Oh dear. So that's what this is all about. Hope poor little Momo is all right. Would you happen to know where your granddaughter is right now, ma'am? She doesn't seem to be around. She and her brother Roy are out for a walk right now, which means she has Momo's umbrella with her. But unfortunately, I didn't think to ask where they were heading. Terribly sorry about that. Sounds like we just missed her then. They couldn't have gone very far in this rain. If they're not on East Street, then Central Square, the downtown district, and the Harbor district are the likely candidates. Yes, that sounds about right. Keep an eye out for Roy's green umbrella or Mei Ling's pink one, or Momo's, I suppose. Pink and green, good taste. That should be easy enough for us to pick out. Right, let's begin our search. Thank you for your help, ma'am. Not at all, dear. You're always welcome to visit. Alright, green umbrella. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen any pink umbrellas. But I'm decently confident I saw a pink or a green one. So fast. Ring. IBC. Oh, got juked. Neither rain nor snow, nor sleet nor hail can keep me from delivering these packages. Though in a perfect world, I wouldn't have to deal with any storms in the first place. I feel your pain, bruh. I feel your pain. Have to be two people, right? Oh, this is one expensive looking orbital car. Get the sense someone is overcompensating. Always telling when the owner doesn't measure up. Crazy looking car. Treasure chest down there. Gotta go through the geofront. I haven't actually checked if I can go inside the geofront. Let me guess. I don't have the authorization to go inside. Yeah, the door is locked. But we had the keys like 6 months ago. No, come on. Was it? Did I mark? I don't think I marked when I was supposed to mark earlier. I like alt-tabbed and then I didn't mark.